This is Tim with Online Big Blue, bringing you the best in New York Giants sports talk and entertainment. Today, we are bringing back an old segment that we have not done since, I think, the 7th or 8th part of the season, 7th or 8th game of the season. It is the Idiot Factor. Idiot Factor is, if you're new to the channel, is just people or players or just ideas that we think are pretty idiotic and probably not realistic. So today's Idiot Factor segment is going to be Eli Manning, replacement for Tom Brady. I know, it sounds far-fetched, but today 2 radio hosts in Boston threw it out on the airways. That is there a potential possibility that if Tom Brady does go elsewhere, could Eli Manning slide in and be Bill Belichick's replacement for his quarterback? And, you know, we thought about it for a moment, and you figure the age of Eli compared to the age of Tom Brady. Yes, Eli is younger. I would probably think that Tom Brady is more in standard football shape than Eli. And I would think that Tom Brady, with his workout regimen, probably would be... It would probably make more sense to keep Tom Brady. But what would happen if Eli Manning, if Belichick did say, hey, listen, you know what, let's take Eli and move him over to New England. Now, we know the salary cap's not going to be an issue. We know he's not going to need to be traded. He is a free agent. He could easily go over and sign there. I think an experienced quarterback in the New England system would be the way that Belichick would go until he could groom a new quarterback out of the draft. And an Eli and someone with Eli's pedigree, I think that would be someone that would be intriguing to Belichick. Only because of the fact that you got to remember Belichick and Tom Brady have been together since forever. But what would be the logistics of it? Would Eli come in and learn a new system? Yes, I think Eli could easily come in and learn a new system. I think he showed on his limited playing that he could possibly come in as a full-time starter for 1 or 2 more seasons. And the way New England's line plays and the way they block, you know, Eli would have the protection. We have seen that if Eli has the protection, he can still make all the throws. But the biggest caveat also would be that, really, they do not have a receiving corps up in New England. I mean, Mohamed Sanu out of Rutgers, who they traded for, would be their second big wide receiver. We know who their first wide receiver is, but we're not going to mention him because I never liked him as a player anyways. And I'm tired of people talking about him about a Hall of Fame career when he turns it on in the playoffs. I mean, he has good seasons, but he's not the same player between the first 16 weeks and then going into the playoffs. So we're not even going to mention him. But, he lacks a tight end. So, I mean, would Eli even be interested in going into a situation like that? I think Eli, if he is determined to continue his career, I personally think that he should retire. But if he's determined to continue his career, a scenario like New England would be perfect. The other issue is New England is full of free agents on both sides of the ball. So what is the team even going to be shaped like? And is Josh McDaniels going to stay? Is the innovator of the New England offense still even going to be there? I mean, Belichick has pretty much left the offensive reins to, Josh McDaniels. And I know, like I said, he's still, I don't know if he's still up on the search list on many other jobs for head coaches. But, like I said, I think that he is still biding his time to to take over the job in New England once Belichick retires. And that's the other thing. Would Josh McDaniels be even open? Josh McDaniels be open to a new quarterback at 38 years old or 39 years old? Would he even be open to the idea of Eli Manning? So that's why I'm thinking that this is pretty much a ridiculous scenario. And that's why we call it the Idiot Factor, because you know what's going to happen. You're going to see on Instagram and on YouTube and, on Twitter and everything else that people are going to pick up on this and be like, well, this might not be a bad idea. But like I said, if you look at it, Eli is an old quarterback with a lot of mileage, played on the same team forever. he would be replacing a legend in Boston, which would be interesting, though, because if you think about it, he would be replacing a legend with a legend killer, because that's what Eli would be to the fans in New England. He is the Tom Brady killer. So, why it would make and you know what? And if any quarterback that I could think of that could go in right now and fill in for Tom Brady, it could be Eli Manning. And the best part is New England could draft a quarterback, let him sit for a year, play Eli, and then when the new quarterback comes in on year 2, he's not replacing Tom Brady, he's replacing Eli Manning. So, it's interesting. You think about it in some ways when you talk like that, you're like, well, you know what, maybe he is not as dumb as it sounds, but like I said, Eli is, I'm an Eli supporter, and you got the Eli lovers and the Eli haters, but Eli is, it's time for Eli, I think, to either go into the booth or retire and, play with his kids for a couple of years and then figure out what he wants to do. Or maybe he'll go out and do a talk show with Peyton. I don't know. But is it a realistic opportunity to replace Tom Brady in New England? No. And that's why this idea has now become the winner, I will say, for the offseason so far for Online Big Blues, the idiot factor. It's an idiotic idea. It's a fun idea to think about, but it's not very realistic. Okay, and again, this is Tim with Online Big Blue, bringing you the best in New York Giants sports talk and entertainment. We are going to have a 3-part series starting this Sunday. And I'm not going to get into what the 3-part series is, but we are going to launch it on Sunday. It's going to be more a video related instead of a podcast, which will be fun again because we do like doing the videos. We just need to find some time to do it. And also we'll see if it depends on if any news breaks in reference to the hiring of the coaching staff of Judge. But you know what? We are going to wait and see what happens. And again, it's Tim with Online Big Blue, bringing you the best in New York Giants sports talk and entertainment. And thanks for listening.